Welcome to the Tachless show with Kira Tchernikovsky. Today, we won't talk marketing. We will talk with Victoria Prooday, and we will talk about our families, technologies, and what COVID has done to us. Hi, Victoria.
Hi, nice meeting you and nice to see you.
So, could you tell me in a couple of words what you do and how you help us?
What I do in a couple of words, not easy, but I can say that what I'm trying to do is to help people to be successful in whatever they want or need to do in their life. So either having a successful family, raising children well, succeed in their just daily life.
That's wonderful. I guess this is exactly what we all need. So I know I've heard you speaking at a few events and coming to houses to help people out when you could come and help physically. So you always come with research and some frightening facts about what's going on. So can you tell me what have you seen throughout your last year of experience happening to us, our kids who are going or not going to schools, and technology?
So yes, I have been working over Zoom for this entire year, and I have seen thousands and thousands of family, and myself, I have a family of 2 children, and struggle with the same challenges, I guess, as everybody else. So one of things that really I have noticed is that with the online learning and online work, we all struggle with lack of structure. So quiet, if you think about it, when we all went to work, we needed to wake up at a certain time, we needed to wash our face, brush our teeth, move, get to work. At work, we had breaks for meals. Then we would come home, we would have a dinner, and again, we would move. Now, what's happened over COVID? Very easily. We don't need to brush our teeth. We can just get up almost in our pajamas in front of screens and we eat all day because there is no structure. Now, it significantly affected especially teenagers. So they don't even get up out of their bed. They are learning in their bed. Yes. So that's one of the things that really, this online life requires enormous amount of self-discipline and structure. So, and that again, something that suddenly came to us. We didn't have those skills. Another thing that I noticed is it's all about how to enjoy when there is nothing to do. This whole notion of, yes, boring, what do we do? So I have been talking about it for years, about the importance of boredom and all that. But, all of a sudden, when our kids ended up with doing nothing, they don't know how to occupy themselves. But not just them, it's even for us. Every time we have a free moment, okay, let's go shopping. Let's go, yes, let's go on our phones. So, yes, that's, we don't have actual hobbies. So we don't know what to do with all that boredom time. So that's the second thing that definitely, it's a huge learning for all of us, how to enjoy boredom. And the third thing that I think that really, we all faced with is that our life was so busy. We're constantly running, that we don't actually really know the people who we live with under one roof, because we actually didn't have the time to get to know them. And all of a sudden you end up with those strangers that you lived with for so many years, but you actually didn't know them because you just did not have time for that. So those are amazing things that, we face with now that, yes, those are challenges, but there are also opportunities for us.
I pretty much hope so, because it felt like you're describing my family, and
and mine too.
So I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know you can be learning lying on the sofa, and that's okay.
Yes.
And you're right. My husband turned to be a great barista and a cook, which I never knew throughout all those years. So that's actually positive. And with regards to no hobbies, I was just filling in the networking worksheet to pair me with some people to network. And there was a question about hobbies. And I got stuck. I didn't know what hobbies to put in. Okay, awesome. I love those 3 points. And I am sure that the consequences of this COVID and the lockdown situation, especially for kids and teens, are not known and will not be known for a while. So, what do you think we still do not know, what we don't realize about the impact of this situation?
So, there are a couple layers to that question. So, first of all, COVID is just a stressor that pushed out the challenges that we had anyways. I have been talking for years about the fact that we are living life that is too fast, too disconnected. We entertain our children all the time.
Too much.
So yes, COVID just brought it all out. And now we see it. Now that is a great thing that we now see it, because in order to change something in life, we need to see it first. So this COVID almost gave us an opportunity to look at our life from a different perspective. Now, it all depends on what you do with that knowledge. I have an enormous amount of clients who approach me and say, Victoria, listen, I noticed that my son can't deal with boredom. I noticed that as a parent, I know nothing what to do with them. I get bored myself and I don't know. What can we do together? We sit down, I give them strategies on how to improve their life and how to use those challenges and opportunity for change. A couple of weeks after, they call me and say, Victoria, whoa, our life has changed drastically. But then you can also face this knowledge and say, oh, I just can't wait for this COVID, to pass, so kids go back to their life. And you can learn nothing out of it. So for sure, the consequences, there will be consequences, because kids who don't know how to deal with boredom, who are constantly entertained, there will be consequences for that in the future. So overall, COVID, obviously, it's a huge stressor, affected all of us. For sure, it has an impact on our mental health. On, if we don't move, if we don't exercise, if we eat constantly without limits to it, if our children all day long on technology, what can we expect? The future is not going to be bright. But it's all in our hands, and we can change it. We can create a structure that will help us, even within that COVID, to live as healthy as possible within those circumstances.
You know what? That's amazing. It's all about the structure. You're right. And
Yes.
that's all about how you utilize this opportunity. Because I hear a lot of people are talking, yes, there is an opportunity, but no one can explain what the opportunity is. So maybe then you can share like top 3 things that have been working for your happy clients, and 2 weeks was enough. Tell us the secret, please.
So, I faced with exactly the same. I got stuck with my son at home. He is 11, online learning, me not going to work, my husband working from home. And I realized if we don't create a schedule, it's going to be a disaster. We can't stop eating. So that's the first thing that I know. We eat nonstop. So we sat down as a family. We actually had a family meeting. And I raised my concern. I say, guys, if we don't move, if we constantly eat, if we don't get out of our beds and have endless access to technology, imagine what's going to happen to us at the end of this year. So each one of us actually has a schedule. So my son has his own schedule. I have my own schedule. My husband has his own schedule. Into my schedule, first time in my lifetime, I included exercise. So I get up out of my bed, I put on my yoga pants right away. I'm going to do my exercise. Never in my life I was able to do it because I was too busy. Now with that schedule, I can do it for the year. I am doing exercise every day. Now into that schedule, we include, time for lunch, we eat lunch together, time for dinner, we eat dinner together, time for a walk. Why? Because none of us now is moving. If we don't include walks into our schedule, that is not going to happen. And in that schedule, there is technology-free time. Again, we need to unplug just to get back to, just to unplug so our eyes don't see those devices in front of our eyes. So that's in regards to structure. Now, in regards to that boredom. So first of all, yes, our children got used to being stimulated all the time. So now it's the opportunity to teach them all about the importance and value of boredom. So boredom requires self-regulation. We know that self-regulation is the key for success in life. So we need to educate our children on the importance of boredom and to help them find the joy in boredom. So in the schedule, we have time for boredom, technology free. There is no technology. We need all of us together to find what to do. We have a list of options for our boredom time. So there are 5 activities: board games, art, we can go for a hike in the woods, we can build a snowman, and we choose what we do each day from that boredom list. So teaching children the importance of boredom, but also providing them with specific time. That's our boredom time. That's when we train our brain to be bored, and giving them the choices, because we can't expect them to be able to do it if we never trained them to deal with boredom. They have no idea what to do with that. Now, and the last thing is in regards to connection. Yes, we are disconnected generation. Yes, we run from one extracurricular activity to another. We don't have time for dinners. Now, the key, if you look at any research, if you want a well-connected family, if you want successful children, dinner time, that's it. So now it's our opportunity. Every day, sit down around the table, eat together, prepare food together, have conversation, tell them stories. If you think about our generation, we were raised on stories. There was no technology. Our parents had nothing to entertain us. So they were telling us stories. Dinner times were all about grandparents and, wars. And we had discussions about cultures. And now today's kids, how they will get access to this information? Yes, dinner time is the time. So that's an amazing opportunity to reconnect. And anyways, we eat. Just make it a nice family tradition. Another thing we do is, in addition to daily eating together, we have weekly family event. So it can be karaoke night, it can be a puzzle night, it can be a board game night. But kids know once a week we do something, an event that we do all together. And it's all about doing together. It's not about sitting next to each other, watching a movie and never discussing it. So even if we watch a movie, yes, it can be a family event. We watch the movie, let's say with popcorn, and then we have a discussion about that movie, what each one of us felt. Then it's a quality time together.
You are so right. I am going to adjust my movie watching experience, because that's usually what we do. And what amazed me is that actually your kids and your husband, each one contributed to this discussion while making the schedule. And therefore they're involved and they are actually going by this book. Yeah. That's amazing, because what we often do is...
And we change it all the time. We have a family meeting every Sunday, and we discuss how did the schedule of this week worked and what are goals for the next week. So this schedule, I can't tell you that it's perfect yet. It's already a year and we are not there 100%. But it's a work in progress. It's a working document. So now as the weather is getting, it's cold, but still nice to go outside, then we added lunchtime for my son. We are going outside for a walk. Used to be, we did work out inside. Now weather nice, we're going for a walk. So it's constantly changing. But the key is to understand, without schedule, we won't be able, we need as human to be organized. And used to be that life itself organized us.
Yeah.
Now life itself doesn't. If we don't organize ourselves, who will?
That's so awesome. What I liked as well is that for your schedule, you included your own time, your mommy time, or like your Victoria's time, which I guess
I tell my children, if my mental health is not okay, none of you are going to be okay. So make sure I get my exercise, I get my cream time, and I get my bath time, because, it's the same as on the airplane. You know what's the instruction? If the plane goes down, you put first mask on yourself and then on your kids. So right from the beginning of COVID, I realized if I'm not going to be okay, there will be nothing that I'm going to be able to give them. So
I will engrave that in every room, in every mirror. so that actually works. Awesome. I hope that you will be able even to share a couple of sample schedules for kids or for adults. That would be of great help. And then last question, how long is this non-technology time? On the weekend and on weekdays?
Listen, you don't need to go as extreme as I go. I go that extreme because I see constantly the consequences of increased technology time, right? So, that's why, life at my house is, my son, he is online, so learning online. He has his time in front of screens when he's at school. After school, he gets only an hour of entertainment technology time. So just an hour, whatever video games he plays, he has only an hour. In the evening, sometimes we watch master classes of chefs and
nice.
Yes, very very interesting people. We watch their master classes. We do it together. So we watch TV together. On weekends, again, my son also has just an hour of video games, TV a little more. But what I generally recommend is to start with, let's say, 2 hours technology free on weekdays. So let's say for everyone in the family to turn off technology, let's say from 5 to 7. So that this way kids can help you set up the table for dinner. They can help you cooking. They can eat dinner with you. They can help you clean up after, and then you can play a little family game. So even if you start just by screen for 2 hours, that would be an amazing achievement. So, and it's very important for us to provide example to our children. When my son turns off his technology, I turn off my technology, because, dinner time is screens off for the entire family. So I would start with at least the 2 hours, and then gradually, once you find more interest and more activities that you can do together, then you will see that these 2 hours will convert into much more.
That's great. And what I'm taking, what you said now, everybody turns devices off. Me, my husband, and all of the kids for 2 hours.
And you know what? You need to have a safe where it goes, and you lock it. And your youngest child should be in charge of the keys from that safe. So converting it into a game, because just to make them to put the phones away, we don't want to fight over it.
That's what happens. Yeah, all the time.
I know, and that's the struggle in every family. But if you make it into a game, into family tradition, then it has an absolutely different approach to it.
I'll do that, and I will report online on how it went throughout 1 week's progress. Yeah. So I have my takeaways. Please share the most important thing you want our listeners to remember from all this conversation.
I worked for 15 years with thousands and thousands of children and parents. And I want to say that our brain is our greatest gift. And we can change, we can achieve so much with that power of neuroplasticity of the brain. Every challenge is an opportunity. And this COVID brought so many challenges, but at the same time, so many opportunities. Don't run away from those challenges. Face them, change your life. And you will see that, once it's all over, all this COVID, your personal growth will be that huge. So yes, we're all in the same boat, but what we're going to do with those challenges is very different from one person to the other. And if we take it as an opportunity for change, yes, the sky is the limit.
The opportunistic challenge accepted on my side. Thank you so much. That was extremely inspirational and useful.
Thank you. My pleasure.